Deja Vu FM.
Daley, welcome to DejaVuFM.com.
Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, loving the sunshine. Let's give the people a quick introduction. You're on Gorilla's track Donkomatic, is that right?
Yes.
Pronounced it right?
Yes.
Good. In 2010, and now you've got your new mixtape, Those Who Wait.
Yeah.
Just tell people a little bit about the mixtape.
Yeah, well, the mixtape, like, as you said, before that, I just had the collaboration with Gorillaz out, which was a track that I wrote, and it was a wicked experience, but it was a Gorillaz track, you know, and it was more their vibe, so I didn't really have anything out that I felt described me as an artist and what I do, and it's fine, you know, you show people YouTube videos of live performances and stuff, but I really wanted people to have something that they can take and put on their iPod and play in their car, whatever, that shows all kind of sides of what I'm doing, so I just put together a bunch of my favourite songs that I've written that weren't going to go on that album, and just tried to just put across daily, you know. And I wanted to put it out for free, so you know, so that just people could have it, pass it around between friends and stuff, and just had a really good reception. You know, we've had like just under 40,000 downloads now, and that's just word of mouth. So, you know, yeah, really happy with it, and it's given me a good start, you know, now I'm writing that album, and I know that people are some people are waiting for it and they're excited about it. So yeah, that's kind of what it was.
Yeah. What's so refreshing for me is that it's so soulful. It's definitely what the UK's lacking, and I feel that you're gonna kind of fill that gap in the market. My favourite tracks are Game Over and Smoking Gun. What are your personal favourites?
I do love them all, because like each one, like as I say, I picked them. I didn't write them all specifically for the mixtape. They were written just over the last couple of years, and then so I just picked out the ones that felt the best and, you know, were most personal. And I mean, my favourite one, I think, in terms of what it's about, is Those Who Wait, which is the title track, just because you know, it's about just the journey I've been on so far, and the fact that, you know, I have had to wait and I have had to take my time with things and get things right. So that's one of my favourites, but I love the track I've done with Marsha, Alone Together. You know, it's just a really good one, fun writing, and people seem to like it, so yeah.
Marsha Ambrosius, that is, that you're talking
Yes.
about. Was she inspiration for you when you were sort of growing up? Because obviously Floetry were kind of the biggest underground smash that made it abroad, like, well, abroad, America. You know, were you like, wow, I'm working with Marsha, or... You know, took it in your stride.
A little bit, obviously. You try not to show that.
Yeah.
you got to act like, you know, you're just, you know, the same.
Just as cool,
but,
yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't say like Floetry was one of my influences, because I kind of already had my influences by the time they came out. But I definitely, you know, I love their music. I used to listen to the albums, and I remember thinking, you know, at one point, I don't know what age I was, about 17, 18, 19 or something, just being like, you know, I want to write a song like this, and, you know, so yeah, there was that element, you know, of just of being able to actually get in the studio with Marsha eventually and write Alone Together. She's just, you know, can't say enough good things about her, really. She's amazing singer, writer, and yeah, we just fitted together really well. So.
It worked, yeah. I'm looking forward to her brother coming out in the future as well.
Yeah,
good
Marvin.
things.
Yes,
yeah. You say that Floetry weren't really your influence because you kind of had them already. Who were your influences then in that case?
Well, Prince, you know, is my number one influence, really. Like he's the artist that really opened my mind, really, in music, and made me understand what being an artist is about, because he's done every kind of musical style. He sings, he performs, he writes, he plays every instrument. He just kind of made me realise that there's nothing you can't do. You know, if you're a musician, there's no right or wrong way, and there's no, you know. So he was the biggest influence for me. Probably, I'd say it's one person, but you know, obviously I love my R&B and soul, and this sort of late 90s, early 2000s thing. So Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo, Joe Scott. Love, you know, that shaped me a lot as my kind of voice developed. And, you know, I love, like, aside from that sort of more experimental stuff that's like, you know, sonically interesting, like Radiohead is one of my favourites. Just, you know, the sounds that they create, and Imogen Heap, who's another electronic artist. And so for me, it's about someone coined the term. Well, I can't say I coined it. I didn't, but someone coined the term Future Throwback.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really good term, because it's in my music I want to keep everything that people love about soul and about the stuff that I'm influenced by, but I don't want my project to be seen as a retro thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just throwback. It's like I want it to sound like it's from now, and I think that's important because, you know.
Yeah, you've definitely done that, because you're the only one. Well, not the only one, but you're making sort of soul that people are like, wow, haven't heard really good soul for ages, but it's got that sort of futuristic touch on it as well. So I definitely think you're achieving that, which is great.
That's good.
This isn't the first time we've met. You recently played at our Deja event, We Play Music.
Yes.
Everyone was talking about how amazing you were. One of the best performances in the night.
No, it was wicked, man. I had a lot of fun.
Good. I was just going to say, what did you think about the event in general and the whole concept? Is it something that you think, you know, is going to be big for the future? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's it was good to do it, because obviously it's always good to do a gig when you perform in front of people, but knowing that, you know, it was going out live on radio. I guess I've done radio shows, but not in the gig not a gig that's been a radio show. So yeah, wicked, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good crowd, and thank you for having me.
That's all right, thank you for playing. And another thing that people were talking about was your glasses. Please tell us, where did you get them from?
Well, they're actually custom made.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I know, I'm a bit of a fancy pants, but I'm considering getting some made, because I get asked all the time where they're from. So I'm debating whether I just keep them to myself or do I actually get some made.
Wow, so it could be a daily range.
Yeah, you never know. Might be a bit early, but we'll see.
I'm sure it'd work. Another thing that's quite distinct is your hair as well. You haven't got it all out today,
no,
but
just
would you cut your hair?
Believe it or not, the reason I'm wearing a hat today partially is because it's so long that it's just it needs cutting. Like it needs cutting. So I'll probably keep the same style for a bit, because I think it's people kind of started to link that in now with my voice, so kind of stuck with it for a bit. But eventually I might go for cane rose or something like that. Yeah.
Everyone loves a fro, let's be honest. I follow you on Twitter, and you're always performing and travelling.
Yes.
You've recently been to America. I even saw you tweet that you were like hanging out next to SWV in the studio.
Yeah.
Totally gel. What have you been working on over in America?
It's just, most of it's been album stuff. Most of the trips I've done have been album, just writing. You know, I've been writing with Andre Harris, who was like part of Dre and Vidal, who produced Jill Scott's first album, Flowetry, Usher Confessions album. They've done loads, and a load of other stuff, you know, soul and R&B in the States. And I've just been out there kind of getting that American soul thing, because I think you can get it. The British soul thing is amazing. That's, you know, I'm glad I've got that, because we can do things here that they don't quite know how to do in the States, just because it's not, we take what they do and then we
give it our twist.
Yeah, so that's why. But then obviously I still wanted to go to the States and do that thing as well. So that's where I got to work with Marsha, and I did a project with Estelle and David Banner, which was like something we did for Mercedes-Benz. It's not like anything on an album, but it was, you know, something that I spent some time on, and so it's been good. Oh, I did my at Christmas I was in New York. I did my first gig in the States, which was SOBs, which is kind of like jazz cafe kind of thing, but in New York, and that was wicked.
Did it go down quite well? Did they?
It's mad, because I've only just started doing my headline dates here, you know, like small venues, and it was a headline date out there. I just found it not bizarre, but just amazing that, you know, just by putting the mixtape out, you know, I had like 250 people from another country came to in New York to watch me sing. So it's mad. It's great.
And when is the album coming?
It's going to be towards the end of the year, sort of August, September time.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm aiming for.
And you're going on tour very soon, I believe, is that right?
Yeah.
Who are you touring with?
Well, I'm doing a bunch of stuff at the same time. I'm doing Emily Sandé. I'm supporting Emily Sandé on her tour for 3 dates, which is Liverpool, Glasgow and Manchester. I think that's the 9th, the 11th and the 12th. I'm not sure if, something like that. And then my kind of headline tour starts in between that, so I'm doing Manchester, London, Birmingham and Brighton. Manchester's 13th, Birmingham's 15th, London's the 16th, and not Brighton, sorry, Bristol is the 18th.
Okay.
So that's my first headline show tour. So yeah, so I just can't wait, man, to get on the road.
People, get your tickets now.
Yes.
And finally, how do people find out a little bit more about yourself?
Well, you can. I mean, yeah, just join me on Twitter, I guess, and Facebook. My Twitter is Daley Music, DALEY Music, and Facebook's Daley Official. And my website is going to be relaunched in a couple of weeks, and that'll have all the gigs and news and stuff. But for now, it's more about Twitter and Facebook, I think.
Okay, Daley.tv, where you can get the mixtape
yes,
free as
that's
well.
the website, Daley.tv.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for speaking to Deja.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Deja Vu FM.